We are live. Mic check. Check one, check one. Check two. Check two. Happy Thanksgiving. America, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanks-taking to Illinois. I want to thank Illinois for being such a magnificent state. Great state of Illinois. Love Illinois. Loved it so much, ran for governor of Illinois. It's a great state. That state of Illinois. Illinois? Noise? Lots of noise comes out of Illinois. Normally it's people screaming and running for their lives, right? They're running from the property taxes, they're running from the government because the government is very Stalinistic, Lenin-like, certainly not very conservative-like. Christopher Loeb, how are you, my friend? Long time no see, buddy. Look, dude, check out, you like my uniform? You like my police uniform? Oh, look at what, my hair. Dave White, what's up, brother? You guys like my uniform? Lake County Sheriff. Lake County Sheriff, y'all. That's me. Got me a job. Got me a job as a Lake County Sheriff. That's right. Look, easy test to pass. Okay? It seems they're not hiring any officers that believe in the Constitution, so all you have to do is really not know anything about it, and when you see the Constitution being violated, really the only requirement for you is to keep your mouth shut. Okay? If you can keep your mouth shut and not know anything about the Constitution and watch it be violated over and over and over again, if you can conceal judges abusing their authority, and if you can conceal, attorneys, clearly, I think the whole Lake County Sheriff's Department is compromised, right? And I would venture to say there's some good people there that are keeping their mouths shut because they're trying to keep their jobs and they're trying to keep their families fed. They're trying to keep their benefits. They're trying to get to retirement, whatever. And they know what they're seeing there is wrong. Sheriff John Eidelberg, who is a Democrat, he inherited Sheriff Mark Curran, who's running for Supreme Court, his administration. My friend Jason Patt was a longtime sheriff's deputy there. He was a detective for the coroner's office. Jason Patt was the one who told me that Lake County had my name on a list that's internally shared between the sheriff's deputies. Now, maybe Jason doesn't want me to say that. I don't know. I didn't ask him before I said it. I just said it. But if I look at it this way, Jason, right? If you see this and you hear this, if it was your daughter that was taken and I knew about this information, right, I would want the world to know about it. So it was my friend Jason Patt, who's a retired sheriff's detective, who told me that my name was on an internally shared list between the judges of Lake County, Illinois. So though my case has been reassigned, I question the integrity of Lake County, Illinois, and whether or not I can receive any fair hearing no matter what judge it goes before, because if my name is on an internally shared list that the judges have that you don't know that you're on, how can you receive fair treatment if they've already heard about you, right? How can you receive any fair treatment if they're sharing a list of people that they have labeled as being problematic litigants? They themselves are determining and letting other judges know before you get to them that they view you as a problem child, and therefore, even if your case is reassigned like mine has been, case 14D1411, even if your case is reassigned, You don't know if you're going to get any fair treatment. Well, as it starts out, it doesn't look like I'm going to get any anyway. You know, I went to this long hearing, okay, a couple months ago in Illinois. Actually, it's that way, north, that way. And I've still not been allowed to see my children. Judge Janelle Christensen hauled me up to Illinois, made me drive the thousands of miles up there. And the Lake County Sheriff's deputies, one of my buddies, Mike, if you're out there and you hear this, right, you're in the courtroom, okay? You watch all this unfold, Mike. Why aren't you saying anything? You work for the Lake County Sheriff's Department. I was a reserve sheriff's deputy with you, if you recall. Even have, hold on, let me grab you guys this. Let me show you this. You'll like this. I fell off the shelf while I was moving some stuff around, but this is my Lake County Sheriff's Reserve Deputy Unit Leadership Award. It's presented to me in recognition of demonstrated leadership performance and devotion to the members of Reserve Deputy recruiting class. Okay, this was in 2010. 2010, volunteering for the Lake County Sheriff's Department. Okay, I go through this. It was a pretty lengthy course, you know. I don't remember exactly how long it was, but it was quite a while. And this is while I was a drill instructor, I was going to this, mind you. And volunteered hundreds of hours. Yeah, Sheriff Mark Curran, you probably didn't know this because I doubt you signed those letters of commendation yourself. But I have letters from former Sheriff Mark Curran thanking me for volunteering my service, by volunteering my time away from my family for the members of Lake County. And yeah, all you guys have tried to throw away that credibility and that work that I did. I'm not going to allow you to do it. No thank you. On this Thanksgiving Day, no thank you. You're not going to take away everything that I worked for and I earned over the years. And guys like me are fighting back against you. So Lake County Sheriff's Department, coming back to you guys. Look, I know a lot of you are you're good men and women, and when you say, I'm just doing my job, you're literally just doing your job, and I get it. I get what you're saying. When you're saying these words, I'm just doing my job, what you're really saying is, I'm sorry, I know what's happening to you is really, really wrong, but I somehow cannot find the courage to speak up for you because I'm afraid that they're going to take my money from me, they're going to take my career from me, they're going to take my benefits from me, and by doing so, they hurt my family. And what you're really saying is you're afraid, and you don't want them to hurt your family, and I get it, because you're watching them hurt my family, and that frightens you, and I get it, okay? You see the power that judges like Judge Joe Salvi have had, those who are enjoying their Thanksgiving and Christmas days with their children, while they've broken the law and stolen children like mine and Jeff's and Jake's here that are enjoying Thanksgiving with me. And as we call it, Thanks-taking, right? You took that which didn't belong to you, and if it were done to you, if it was done in reverse, we don't think you'd feel the same way. We think that if you lost access to your children, right, and justified it, we think that, and we justified it, we think that you'd be pretty upset about it, right? So, the Lake County Sheriff's Department has been, and is still participating in the criminal actions inside the Lake County Courthouse. By saying nothing, you are a part of it, Lake County Sheriff's Department. By not reporting what you're watching happening there to innocent people. A basic element of due process, Lake County Sheriffs, y'all need to get this. A basic element of due process is an accurate record. Why are the judges there threatening people like myself, an independent journalist? Why are they threatening us with incarceration if we videotape them? Why are they afraid of transparency? Why is Sheriff John Eidelberg protecting the Lake County State's Attorney's Office and Eric Reinhardt, former Lake County State's Attorney, now judge, making about $190,000 a year, Nierheim. What was Nierheim's first name?
What's that?
Nierheim. What's his first name?
Mike Nierheim.
Mike Nier. That's right, Mike. Mike Nierheim, former Lake County State's Attorney, who is now an associate judge. They rewarded and will reward those who toe the line. They will reward them with pay raises, future prospect of employment, and making good money and exercising extreme power. Mike Nierheim is now sitting on a court. He knows full well a basic element of due process is an accurate record. Why is Lake County not recording all public hearings with audio and video? They have a $100 million expansion to their courthouse right before COVID, and now this huge expansion that they had seemingly sits empty because, as they put it on their public service announcement on YouTube, all court is via Zoom. So they had a $100 million expansion because they needed all of this additional room. Guess it was just a big fat surprise that COVID came around, huh? Yeah, right. You're all bought and paid for there in Lake County, Illinois. And you hate men like me who speak up against you, right? You hate men like Glenn, Jason Ramirez, those with the strength and the testicular fortitude to tell you to your face that you're screwed up beyond belief. And on Thanksgiving Day, you're participating in it. You're getting a paycheck to protect the system, and that's what you're doing. I'm still getting money and benefits from the government, from the Veterans Administration, right, and in my military pension, what little bit of that actually comes to me, that I'm ordered to turn over, by the way. On Happy Thanksgiving Day, Lake County Sheriff's Department, if a man is forced to sign a contract under duress in front of you, while you're in the courthouse, you're a sheriff's deputy, you're a bailiff, and you swear an oath to the Constitution, and you watch a judge use veiled threats to threaten litigants into signing paperwork under extreme duress. You are violating your constitutional oath to defend the Constitution against a domestic enemy. I'll say this again. If you took an oath as an officer, a police officer, and that oath at any point in time, including defense of the Constitution, some loyalty oath to the people of your county, then you are shirking your duty to your oath. You are not honoring the will of the people. You are not defending the Constitution. You have citizens in Lake County, Illinois, and counties all across the United States being threatened that if they open their mouths, if they try and videotape a hearing, they will be incarcerated. And you, who just say you're doing your job, are actually, that's what the same thing that the Nazi officers said, the Nazi doctors, the Nazi scientists, was just doing my job. I was helping to kill and murder and destroy millions. When you say that you're just doing your job, officer, all of you police officers in Lake County, Illinois, when you say you're just doing your job, you're protecting these people. You have an oath to the Constitution. You do not have an oath to protect a corrupt judge. An oath is hard. I get it. I didn't do such a great job myself in my time in the military. It took to me going through this to recognize we weren't really defending the Constitution. We weren't. And they're still not defending the Constitution. Which is why on this Thanksgiving Day, I do feel obligated to say something. I feel obligated to say something.
Oh, yeah.
Because somebody has to say it. If nobody says it, it never gets said. And so my friends that I was reserve sheriff's deputies with, Amanda Parsons, right? Michael Wheat, officer, my friend, my old police officer and Navy buddy, Sean Madden, Leopold Semi, Dennis Keir, there's a bunch of you I was a sheriff's deputies with. You know me as a man, you know how I am, you know what's unfolded in Lake County, Illinois is wrong, you know that it's corrupt. I'm only asking each one of you to be a man. Yeah, I'm asking you to do that. I'm asking you to be brave and courageous, and I'm asking you to speak up against something that you know is wrong. Why is it wrong of me to ask you to speak up against something that's wrong? I want to know why that became wrong all of a sudden. Why did all of mine or others' credibility just disappear because we fought to be a parent? You know what you're watching is unconstitutional. And you saying nothing means that you are complicit in it. On this Thanksgiving Day, you've helped to partake, you've helped to handcuff and haul away countless parents. God knows how many parents have been thrown in the debtors' prisons known as the Lake County, Illinois Sheriff's Department of Corrections. First time I was thrown in the Lake County debtors' prison, aka Sheriff's Department prison system. Why is it that when you go through a civil court, you endure a criminal trial without criminal protections? Why is it that they don't have to read you your rights? They get to just handcuff you and haul you away. Lake County Sheriff's Department, I am asking you this. How much money is coming into the county because you are enforcing and locking up unconstitutional people for unconstitutional child support orders? Yes, they're unconstitutional. When you are forced to sign a contract the way that I was, under duress, under a veiled threat from a sitting judge, that is unconstitutional. Yes, it is. That's not a contractual agreement. The state is not a victim. The state cannot be a victim. The state is a moving apparition. You cannot pinpoint a figure as they are always changing. The state of the state is dynamic. It is not static. It is always, there's an ebb and a flow as it grows in size. And the state devours more and more of what it sees. Innocent people that it can consume through those who control political offices. And they control political offices with money, with corporate influence, with attorney influence. The Bar Association, the state's attorney's offices, working together, colluding together to incarcerate innocent parents, taking their children, millions just like myself, not seeing or speaking to their children today. Nobody's speaking on their behalf. Nobody's out there speaking on their behalf today. Insignificant numbers, right? Where's the large voices? Where are the governors? Where are the mayors? Where are you? Why are you not talking about millions of your citizens, your constituents, not seeing their children because the attorneys who pad the pockets of all of your political offices by way of campaign donations, by way of purchasing the media, as can be seen through the thousands and thousands of endless attorney and law firm commercials that saturate the airwaves, they saturate the roadways, they saturate every type of media, even social media, with their offices and their services. police officers, what do they do to you whenever you go through these courts? Are you treated justly? A lot of times you're not. A lot of times you lose your job and you lose your freedoms and you lose your children and you lose your benefits the same way that we do. And for those of you who speak up, there's some good friends of mine that are police officers out there, and they do speak up. They say something about it because they know that it's wrong. They know that it's damaging. They know that it's unconstitutional, but we need more. I was a reserve sheriff's deputy for Lake County, Illinois for a couple of years. Volunteered hundreds of hours. I've got the certificates, got the awards, I also got some of the old uniforms. You can see here. No, I don't need it. Yeah, take that one up. What's up, Tom McCarthy? Anyways, I want to encourage our police. You know, men like me, we don't hate you. I don't hate you. I hate that you're overcome by fear. I hate that you're overcome by the pressures of life to provide, and that the threat of losing out and being able to provide for your children, being able to retire from that job that you're so close to retiring from, having principles and values, yeah, it's tough to apply those. Real tough, I know it. When the rubber meets the road, when you really get down to it and you know that you stand to lose and lose big, you know when you got to make a decision like that, that when you could lose a lot, you're more hesitant to do it. You're more hesitant to make that choice, and we get it. We get it because you're talking about your children and your livelihood. I don't hate you. You Lake County police officers, I don't hate you guys either. I hate that you're being used and you're letting yourselves be used. That's what I hate. I hate that there's people like you all across this country, and in a moment's notice, on behalf of the state and the state alone, not because there's a victim. For a crime to exist, you need to point to a victim. And you're right, Glenn, all roads lead to the judiciary. They do. When you look at how all of our laws are shaped, why are so many judicial organizations that represent judges and their interests? Why are they chiming in like in Arkansas when they were in opposition to a 50-50 parenting bill that we had down here with a clear and convincing standard? It got passed, by the way, so the judiciary isn't totally, they're not 100% all-powerful. There are people out there, there are legislators out there, there are individuals out there who get it, and they're pushing back. And for them, we appreciate them. We are thankful for them this Thanksgiving Day. Very thankful for those people that are fighting on behalf of our children and our rights. We need more good police, more good sheriffs that will uphold the Constitution, really uphold it. And that means even walking over to the courthouse, observing what they're doing. Sheriff John Eidelberg, if you're going to be a good sheriff in Lake County, you need to go over and investigate Lake County, Illinois. By the way, none of your police officers ever followed up with me and gave me any follow-up reports on the kidnapping of my children by Lake County Judge Joe Salvey, who I believe heads the family law division at this time. Could be wrong, but I believe that he does. Heads the family law division. Very judge that broke federal law whenever he severed contact with my children, and he violated all state law. State law requirement was to find me unfit or an endangerment in 2018 before severing contact. He did not do that. They've made some half-ass, Judge Janelle Christensen made some half-ass attempt at doing that in that 7-day kangaroo mockery of a court. Now she's off the case. Case has been reassigned. But they steal another set of holidays for my kids. So the let's see, 2018, 19, 20, 21. That makes 4 full years of no Thanksgiving, Christmases. Yeah, that's a long time. Okay? That's unconstitutional. My children will never get that back. That's been stolen from my children. And for you to be a police officer and say that you love and care and want to protect children, it's absurd while you simultaneously throw people like myself into a debtor's prison. Julia Michelle Patton, you're still getting $1,200 a month there in Lake County, Illinois. I hope that you're well, making substantial sums of money. And seemingly that's what you've cared about this entire duration, is money. And people say that I shouldn't say anything bad about you. Well, you know what? You yourself said inside the courtroom, which is on hidden camera, Julia, where you dimed out Gary Schlesinger for being outside the courtroom whenever you went in and got your very first order of protection against me. You dimed out your attorney unknowingly. Is that mine or yours? Yeah, you dimed out your former attorney, Gary Schlesinger. I think you did it on purpose because, well, you know, you'll cut your losses. I know you. But you dimed him out when you said he was right outside the courtroom whenever you went and got that first order of protection. And we got that on camera, along with some other material. That's what investigative journalists do. And because the Daily Herald and the Patch and Fox News and Chicago Tribune and the rest of them choose not to investigate because they are also bought off by these attorneys who provide a lot of advertising funding to these media organizations that struggle to keep their heads above water, right? Because they're trash media. Yeah, men like myself have to take it into our hands to report the news. I'm an independent journalist. I'm a grunge journalist. I'm conveying public information that is important to the public. And just because y'all do not like the methodology in which I do that, that is no reason. You yourself cannot determine whether or not I'm a journalist. I determine that. I've been conveying news and information that is extremely pertinent to the public. I mean, after all, we are only talking about 440,000 missing American children. We're only talking about the federal funding that pours out of Title IV funding into the states that states like Illinois, where my children have been kidnapped and trafficked from, and states just like that, those monies go into the general fund. Once they hit the general fund, guess what? They get dispensed out to the judges' salaries. Those monies get sent out to their medical benefits, to their retirement benefits. How do you like that? They take your children, they say it's under the best interest of your children, they collect the child support. When they report the child support collected, they receive federal funding. It kind of works in that mechanism. Then on the private, that's the public side. Then on the private side, they extend out the litigation, they drive conflict, they make backdoor deals, they take your case behind closed doors. Why do they do that, sheriff's deputies? Could y'all answer that for us? If this is a public hearing, and what are they discussing in these closed chambers? Over and over and over again, closed chambers. Now on Zoom, they call them breakout rooms. Why are judges and attorneys going into private breakout rooms where the people paying them cannot see or hear what they're talking about? And then when they come out of these closed-door sessions, there's some deal made, there's some significant change or decision made in the case, and yet it's not on the record. If it's not on the record, you can't appeal that matter. It's not on the record. It was taken into closed chambers. It was taken behind closed doors. It's not on the record. I'll say it again. It's not on the record. One more time for the hard of hearing in the back. It's not on the record. If it's not on the record, this is a basic element of due process, sheriff's deputies who should know the Constitution. A basic element of due process. They went behind closed doors. They made decisions about a case. They did so outside the view of the public. They did so outside of the hearing ear of the court reporter. It's a violation of a due process, right in front of your face, and you're too fucking complicit to even say anything. It's right in front of your face. It's right in front of your face, sheriff's deputy. It's right in front of your face, sheriff's deputy. You understand what I'm saying? And when you watch it happen time and time and time again, you watch it happen time and time again, sheriff's deputy, it means you're watching the basic due process violations happen in front of you, and you're saying nothing. You are a part of a crime. Over and over and over and over. You're getting a paycheck and you're expecting to get benefits while not defending due process. You tell them you're too stupid to understand basic due process? No, I don't think so. You get it. And if you don't, why aren't they training? Why are they not having a lot of training with the sheriff's departments and the corrections officers on what a due process violation looks like? Because they're there just to protect the state interest, because the judiciary is using these police officers as a function of its own authority. They are extending judicial power down into the executive branch. They're using police officers as thugs, yes, as thugs, to intimidate us, put hands on us. Lake County, you put hands on me. I didn't file a lawsuit against your sorry asses like I should have. Remember that? You violated the 5th and 14th amendments. You violated due process over and over. You violated equality under the law over and over. I'm not going to say thank you. I'm not going to say I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that I have the ability and the resiliency to keep fighting and keep saying something. That's what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful that I'm still alive, that I can still keep being a thorn in your eye. So while you celebrate time with your children and you relish in depriving us of ours, just know we're not going anywhere, and we're getting somewhere, and that frightens you. We're getting somewhere. We're moving the needle, and you don't like that. Their time, well, it's almost over. They can't continue along this path because people like me won't allow it. And we're willing to sacrifice and give up everything for it. I've turned the stupid filter thing off. Anyways, on this wonderful Thanksgiving Day, just want to remind you, I did retire from the military. I was never found to be unfit, never found to be an endangerment. They severed contact with my children in a hearing I wasn't present for. The Daily Herald never reported on the illegal severance of the relationship with my daughter in March of 2018, when my case was removed to federal court, and they never reported on it being contact with my children being severed in November of 2018. You never reported on it. That's why you're called fake media. That's why you're trash media. That's why we have zero respect for you, and we won't subscribe to your shit articles. Right? Yep. Good responsible reporter would report that this deadbeat dad gives Julia Patton gets $1,200 a month out of my $1,800 a month pension. Julia, did you tell the children that? Did you? You're getting $1,200 a month? No, didn't think so. So as the years go by and more opportunities for memories are taken from us, to my children, I want you to know, Dad has never stopped fighting. I'm here, and I get it. Your mother's very controlling, and she doesn't want you to see or talk to me, right? And why would she? Because I'm going to make sure you have a voice of your own. Just like whenever y'all spent time with me, I allowed you guys to open up to me, to ask me any questions that you wanted, to share your ideas and your thoughts with me. I always wanted you to have a mind of your own. I wanted you to question everything that you were told, including that which your father told you. I remember telling you all this. Right? To have a questioning attitude, right? It's okay. It's okay to verify, to check something, even what I say, right? I hope my children have a wonderful Thanksgiving today, and I want them to know I'm going to have a wonderful day. It's beautiful outside. Though the emotions of missing my kids, overwhelms me, right? And those emotions, that sadness, and that sadness can be expressed a lot through anger, right? Because it's hurt, it's painful, right? The anger expression is just that. It's an expression of the pain. If you stub your toe and you scream the F-bomb, does it mean you're an angry person, or does it mean you hurt your toe a lot and you just scream the F-bomb? Yep, it's disgusting. Sure is. Enrique, how are you, man? I hope you're doing well down there. Down in Belize still, dude? I need to come down and see you. Come to Belize. Anyways, I'm gonna get off here. I need to go ahead and check on my buddy. He's been sleeping. He didn't sleep good last night. He didn't get off to sleep till about 6:30 this morning. Lake County, other counties throughout the United States, I provide a service. I help people. I answer thousands of messages. People that are suffering, that you're watching suffer, I'm trying to help. And the best thing that I've had for me to help has been my voice, right? For me, that when I saw something, I said something. And yes, I had to go through it. I had to experience it. Yeah, I did. And when I did, though, you know what I mean? I said something. And there's a bunch of sheriff's deputies there at Lake County, Illinois. I know those guys respect me. I know that they don't hate me. And they've watched what's happened in Lake County, Illinois. And it's really time that this message got to those men and those women, and they began saying something, because what they're taking part in is inhumane. And it is a reprisal because of this. Because of this. This right here. That whole trial that I had to go to in Illinois a couple months ago, it was all about this. Me expressing myself. Any manner in which I express myself, they said it was harmful to my children. Well, Julia, you wanted full custody. You're supposed to, I've not talked to these children in years, right? These kids that I'm still required to financially provide for, that y'all stole from me. You stole these children. You got full custody. You remained in Illinois. You worked out this deal with Gary Schlesinger, Michael Strauss, and the state's attorney's office, right? You guys had all of this colluded and worked out. Whatever backdoor conversations transpired between Attorney Ronald Bell, Attorney Gary Schlesinger, Laura Horner, Mark Fisher, all of you, Nicole Sloby, Sally Lichter, probably missing somebody here. I got Judge Morrison, Judge Salvey, Judge Christensen. And I think Diane Winters is still the chief judge there. Okay? You're not doing your job there, whoever the chief judge is. You're not doing your job because you're not overseeing these people down in these lower courts. Why is it almost 4 years later I still ain't seen my daughter, seen her, spoken to my daughter? We're going on 4 years since I've seen her, spoken to my daughter. 4 years. 4. You hear me? 4 years. My children, my daughter will never get back. 4 years. Look at that. 4 years. Do you think it's because they're incompetent, or that the case is that complex? Or do you think that it's that painful and that I'm that much of a pain in their ass that they inflict this much pain upon me and my children? That's what it amounts to. They want to use children to inflict pain on us, and we won't tolerate it. We won't tolerate it. I won't tolerate it. And I'm going to say something. I'm going to keep saying something. About to go on world tours. What's about to happen? About to go on world tour, and I'm going to wear my uniform, invert my flags. Always got one handy. Yep. Always in distress. That's what that means, distress, if you didn't know. Hanging it upside down. That means in distress. going to tie it on there. Look at that. Just put it on there, upside down. That easy, look at that. This might be loud, hold on. I told you it was going to be loud, didn't I? Anyways, I'm off of here. Lake County Sheriff's Department, I know I'm a pain in your ass. But if it were your kids who were stolen by the county, you would do it too. If you had any testicular fortitude about yourselves. So, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Do your job, defend the Constitution. See something, say something, right? Lake County Sheriff's Department, you're being used and you're participating in the crimes against humanity in your community. You're doing it for a paycheck. And just like the Nuremberg trials, saying, I was just doing my job, it's not going to hold water. Eventually, it holds water right now for you, but eventually, it's not going to hold water any longer.